Football at 4 takes a look at Bryce Young. We haven't done the full dive onto Bryce Young yet. I've got thoughts. Quarterback nerd here. But also, Madden ratings have come out, I should say.
Yes.
74. And the question to me is that the proper amount of height, right? Madden ratings aren't real, right? Every once in a while I see some kind of debate over this player better than that player, and someone will throw in like, and Madden agrees with me. And I'm like, and Madden agrees with you? He's a 77. This other guy's a 74. And I'm like,
told you so.
No, Madden ratings, like, there are people I trust when it comes to every sport, right? There are people I trust, like if I have a basketball question and I'm debating and I'm going back and forth, there are people I text and I trust them. And the same is true for hockey or football. And it's like, you know what? If you're not one of those people that have earned my trust, I'm going to take all of your opinions with a grain of salt. I don't trust the Madden rankers. However, I do think Madden and their ratings are a good measure of hype, right? It's like, how much has the train gotten off the tracks when it comes to hype is a good Madden question. Bryce Young's hype isn't getting crazy. 74, 23rd best amongst quarterbacks. That's kind of a timid rating for a number 1 overall pick that is a Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama. Right? The team traded up to number 1 to get him, which to me, all of these are reasons why the hype would get crazier and crazier. 74 is very like, okay, reserved. Let's see how it plays out. The hype not getting crazy for Bryce Young. I will add this, though. There's a little bit of hype around his mobility that I don't know if it makes full sense. His speed ranking in Madden is 87. That's moving for a quarterback.
That's fast.
That is, okay, they want, meaning Madden, want people to associate him as someone that you can run like quarterback runs with. 87 means if nobody's open, you're tucking it and you're picking up yards. 87 is moving. The hype around his speed doesn't make much sense to me. Do you know how many yards he ran for at Alabama?
Not that many.
185 over a season.
Now, one thing with college football stats, you know this, sacks are factored into that.
But if 185 doesn't underwhelm you, like I think it should, C.J. Stroud, who is seen as like a statue, 105. So it's not like, oh, if you are a pocket passer, you end up with negative 600, right? It's like, no, if you're a pocket passer, you end up with 100 and change, which is exactly what Bryce Young ended up with. So his mobility, I'll give him, he's shifty, and he's got very, very good pocket awareness, and you have to at his height because you have to be able to shade and move to find lanes. I would not expect him to be a guy that picks up a ton of yards on the ground for Carolina, and I think that's a good thing. Like right now, his reputation and his hype is that he is kind of the middle ground between C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson, and I'm going, I don't want him anywhere near Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is 246 pounds. He is a massive individual, kind of Cam Newton build, who can take a little bit more of a beating in the NFL and remain healthy. See, Bryce Young, I don't want him running almost ever. He's way too valuable as a mind and as an arm to let his legs get involved. The number one thing he is given credit for that I've seen from people that have worked with him, trained him, coached him, scouted him, is the decision-making. He's a savant, right? He's one of those prodigies. He understands the game at a level higher than most his age. Which means, ready for this? He is going to be given the freedom to fail spectacularly. There will not be a limited playbook that most rookie quarterbacks get. Because that's kind of what he does, right? Like he consumes for. Have you watched the TV show Suits?
No, but I know of it.
I have. I've watched like 5 episodes. One of my friends just put me on. It's a TV show from like 15 years ago. And one of the catchphrases that's from like the big monologue that's supposed to get you hooked in the first couple episodes is, "I consume knowledge unlike anyone you know." That's kind of Bryce Young, right? He's like this weird like photographic memory reputation guy where he consumes football knowledge at a level unlike anyone you know. Which means that, like, Anthony Richardson might, because of his to put it quite frankly, underwhelming stats in college and low completion percentage, might be given a few plays to master, and if they don't work, tuck it and run because you're a wild athlete. Bryce Young is going to be given the entire playbook and say it's all at your disposal, right? You want to check at the line? Go ahead. You want to have a debate with the offensive coordinator about what we should do? Go ahead. But what that means is higher risk, high reward, right? There will be more things that he can get confused on, more things that a defensive coordinator can throw at him that he may or may not have to figure out on the fly. And the last thing I want him to do is that break glass in case of emergency option of, I'm an 87 speed, right? Like it's genius for someone like Lamar Jackson. It's genius for someone like Anthony Richardson. Josh Allen even at times.
Oh yeah.
Where it's, hey, if I'm confused even a little bit, watch out. I'm getting the edge, right? Well, if there's a little bit of green grass in front of me, that's better than me trying to decipher whatever the heck's going on in the back end. I want Bryce Young to force himself to figure out whatever the heck's going on in the back end. And if that means making a couple mistakes, if that means, fighting, making the mistake and telling yourself that you won't make it again, do the whole, I'll make every mistake once, I'll make none of them twice thing, I'm fine with that. Fine might not be the right word. I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
Like the whole Peyton Manning thing.
Because it's progress.
Peyton Manning is the NFL record holder for most interceptions by a rookie quarterback.
26 or something.
I think it was 28, which is a ton.
Yeah. Gosh, in today's NFL, they cook you.
But yeah, true. I mean, even then, I'm sure he took a fair share of hey, maybe check it down every once in a while. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, Peyton Manning, with the brain that we now know he has, right, that savant thing that kind of is attributed to Bryce Young, it's like he made all those mistakes. That was probably the last time he made those mistakes in his career. That's what I want out of Bryce Young. 87 speed means the hype is about his mobility and his ability to run. I don't want that hype at all. I want the coaches saying, no, throw it away before you run. Let's protect you and have you figuring out everything on the back end. And if you're confused, throw it away, come to the sideline and say, what the heck did they do there? And we'll talk about it and we'll learn it, and then you'll move forward a better quarterback.
The only time I want him running is if it's a design rollout and he's got nothing downfield and he just runs 2 yards and steps out of bounds.
To the out of bounds.
That's it. That's fine.
Touchdowns, crucial first downs, and those controlled situations where it's like, I'm running and I know I'm not going to get hit. If he lowers his shoulder once, take him out of the game, coach. Put in Andy Dalton.
Yeah, seriously.
If he thinks he's going to run somebody over, Andy, get in there for 2 plays. I just want to yell at Bryce for a couple minutes.
Sit there and think about what you did.
Exactly.
And then we'll put you back out there.
So, some funny things, some funny observations from the Madden ratings, just to let everybody know. Bryce Young, exact same Madden rating as Mac Jones, which is kind of funny because he sat behind Mac Jones for a year.
That's a good. I didn't even think about that.
And then Mac Jones came up and had 2 years to develop in the NFL, and now they're at the exact same spot. And
I take one over the other.
And Sam Howell way below both of them.
Yeah,
way below.
He has a 66 rating.
We'll see how that plays out. To me, he'll be a big mover. 3 games in, they'll either be like, "Oh, update, Sam Howell's now an 82," or update, Jacoby Brissett's going in the game, and Sam it'll be a big moving in the update either way. I see that happening. Everyone's very cautious with Sam Howell.